what's up? It's jaydietayte. It's been a little while, mainly because I didn't want to make a video until my hair was done going through the process that it is right now, but it's just been a while, so I figured I'm going to suffer through heat and put on a hat and actually make a video. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is how I got rid of my acne and how I continue to maintain my clear skin. So, I just want to do a kind of close-up real quick. I am wearing a lot of makeup, but you can see I have like no bumps and I don't have a lot of acne. I will try inserting a picture of my bare face somewhere. I just mainly have scarring and I do have big pores. I'm going to kind of go through my process with when I started going to a dermatologist for my acne, how bad my acne was. Might bring up some old cringy photos of me so you can see my acne, and what I do now to keep my skin being clear now that I am off all medications for acne. So let's just get started. So back in 5th grade is when I started having skin issues. I have very sensitive skin. It's very combination. Like I get very oily and very dry, and like my skin's just very interesting. Basically what had happened that started my first like acne outbreak is I tried using a face wash that clearly did not agree with my skin, and it just made everything go boom from there. And I also started puberty at a very early age, so that didn't help either, but I feel like my acne would not have gotten as bad if I hadn't used the wrong face cleanser. All throughout middle school, I had pizza face. I was really insecure about my acne. It was kind of everywhere. It mainly stayed in the T-zone, which is why I started getting into concealer and BB cream, because it was embarrassing. Like, I hated the way I looked because so many other people didn't have acne, or if they did, it wasn't as bad as mine, because I started puberty at such an early age that I was getting acne before everyone else, and I hated it. I hated my skin. I want to say I was in 7th grade when I begged my mom to take me to the dermatologist. Now, before this all happened, I had tried all sorts of face cleansers. I had tried a lot of stuff that my mom had tried, and my mom also still to this day struggles with acne. She just got off the medication I'm going to talk about later, but like it's just something that runs in our family that we have really bad skin. Like I used all sorts of Clearasil because this was before I was cruelty free. I tried Proactive. I tried Clean & Clear. I tried Neutrogena. Basically any over-the-counter face cleanser, face wash, face wipe, anything like that I tried, and nothing worked. I would wash my face in the morning and at night. I didn't overwash it. I didn't use like any harsh products on my skin. Like I would moisturize it, and I went through all sorts of different products to try to get my skin to calm down, and nothing worked. So I begged my mom to take me to the dermatologist because one of my close friends at the time had gone to the dermatologist and had gotten acne medication, and it had been doing wonders for her skin. I'd say hers was like, if you want to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, hers was probably a 4 or 5, and mine was a 7 or 8. I was very bad for my age, at least. And so I went to the dermatologist and they put me on an antibiotic and a topical cream. I don't remember the antibiotic's name. I do remember that the medication was clindamycin, which, funny part is I ended up going on it again years later. But basically clindamycin, how it worked was that it needed the aid of the antibiotics first in order to keep my skin under control, and then it was supposed to help minimize what I already had. It wasn't supposed to like prevent new acne. It was just supposed to help calm down my already irritated skin. And it worked. Like, my acne started clearing up, but it started getting a lot better. However, it didn't last very long. I want to say it was 6 months, and then I had to go back on antibiotics because I'm pretty sure I did a 3-month round of antibiotics, and then I was 3 months off, and then I had to do 3 months again. And the only thing I have to say about the antibiotics, because like I've been on antibiotics 3 times for acne, is the first one that they put me on, I could not like eat any dairy products an hour before or after I took my medication, and it pissed me off because I'm the kind of person that I will go have a bowl of cereal at like 2 in the fucking morning. So it made me mad. I couldn't be in direct sun exposure either. There were just a bunch of things on the label. I did that again for another 3 months. It's like I tried the antibiotics again, stayed on clindamycin, and then they switched it because they were going to try to put me on antibiotics again then. And my mom's like, no, we should switch to clindamycin. They're like, okay, but it is infected, so we should still do an antibiotic. And my mom's like, okay. So I went on another antibiotic, and that's when they switched me to the burning, sensational, horrific medication that I forget the name of. Basically, that one didn't work. The antibiotics cleared up my redness, but I was still getting a lot of bad acne. And it was starting to spread also to the cheek area now. So like my whole face was now fair game. Like I used to have reoccurring pimples, like cystic acne, specifically right here on my chin, right up here. I still sometimes get this one, but this one's mainly gone. Really bad ones right here. Like in these areas, more so on this side. This is my bad side. Just gonna say that out there. And then I'd get a bunch like just right here especially. And I'd of course like get like sweat ones along my hairline, but those weren't bad. So they tried to put me on another medication, and this one burned worse than the last one that they'd put me on, so I didn't stay on it long. I was on it for about 3 months, and then I'm like, it's not working. I can't move my face when I had it on. Like I was supposed to do it morning and night, and I couldn't do it in the morning, otherwise I couldn't move my face. So I would only put it on at night, so it was only being half effective, but even as half effective, it wasn't doing anything. So in this whole process, I tried every face wash you can ever possibly think of, drugstore wise, and even some high-end ones. And then I even I tried all sorts of different face wipes, all sorts of different moisturizers, everything possible for sensitive skin. I tried to stick to Aveeno for the longest time because it seemed to have helped, but then I went cruelty-free, and I still used it a little bit. And when I realized like it got to like my skin has a limit, I think, with certain products, I realized it wasn't working anymore. So that's when I switched over to a brand I'm going to talk about later. And I've noticed I have to switch my face wash every couple of months, and like I alternate, otherwise my skin erupts into flames. After I did that, they put me on birth control to help with my acne and my painful period, TMI, but it does help with acne. Your acne can be caused by all sorts of different hormonal imbalances and stress, and also just bad genetics, bad face care. So this was like a last resort that they thought before they wanted me to go on the medication that I'm going to talk about now. I went on birth control. About 2 months later, I want to say, they put me on Accutane. You've probably heard of Accutane. It is the most dramatic acne medication that there is. It is also heavily controlled because it can kill you in high doses. And also you absolutely cannot get pregnant when you're on it, so that's another reason they wanted to put me on birth control. I went on Accutane, and I went on the 6-month period for that. And the entire time during that, I'm pretty sure I wasn't on any other topicals. Obviously, the Accutane worked. I couldn't go in the sun for 6 months. Well, I could, but I would instantly burn. I'm already a person that's very fair skin and burns very, 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 very easily, and it made my skin so fragile that even with SPF 100 sunscreen on, after an hour, I would be red as a tomato. It was terrible, but in the meantime, it was really working with my acne. It also dried the fuck out of my skin, because basically Accutane is high dosage vitamin A, and what it does, like, if you go on Accutane, they give you all of the information you need to know about the medication, because it is such a dramatic medication, especially. Because, like, you know, like, you go to the doctor, you get put on medication for something else, they'll tell you, like, your usual symptoms and side effects, and, like, this is what we're treating it for. But Accutane, it's a lot more intense. Like, you have to watch videos, you have to sign consent forms saying you will not give your medication to other people. You have to do questions every month before you can even go pick up your medication. If you're a girl, you have to go get pregnancy tests done every month because you cannot get pregnant when you're on it. And so it was just a very lengthy process. Usually the round is 6 months. If they feel like you need it, they will go to 9. But after the 6 months was done, my skin was clear. Like, my skin was absolutely beautiful. The only thing was is I had some blackheads and I would occasionally get pimples on my period, but that was it. And so after Accutane was done, I had to go back a month later for a follow-up, and then that's when I'm like, hey, I'm still getting blackheads, I'm still getting some breakouts. And they're like, okay, so they gave me this foam to help also with my acne scarring that was also supposed to help dull down the effects of some of my blackheads. And then a few months later, I had to go back in for another follow-up, and that wasn't working enough. So they put me back on clindamycin for my occasional outbreaks because I was getting quite a few still. And they put me on another gel that was specifically for blackheads that was very tightening in the skin and also was anti-aging. I completely do not know the name of it, but they put me on that for a 3-month cycle, and after that, basically my acne got to a point where I could control it on my own and deal with my outbursts and stuff. So, all of that aside, my personal story, I'm going to talk about the products I use today to still take care of my skin. I completely forgot to mention, if you see my wrists have things on them, I got tattoos. So, if you want to see a video on my tattoos and what they mean, let me know. But anyways, so the first thing I want to say is I had to find a good face scrub. And so the one I'm using currently is the Yes to Cucumbers Soothing Milk, like gentle milk cleanser, not soothing milk. It's the soothing one for sensitive skin because, like I said, I have very sensitive skin. Before I did this one and before like I went on Accutane officially, I was on the Yes to Tomatoes. Like, I tried everything. I did the charcoal bar. I did the acne face scrub. I did the exfoliating one, and all of those helped. They just didn't help enough. And now I'm at a point where I alternate between the soothing sensitive skin one and the acne prone one. And I've used this ever since I was on Accutane. Well, actually, no, they first put me on Cetaphil, but I don't know if Cetaphil is cruelty-free, and this is a good replacement for Cetaphil. Some masks, I guess. I've been using the Posh ones especially recently. I used to do oatmeal masks all the time, and if you want to see a video on me doing an oatmeal face mask, just let me know and I'll do a DIY on that. But the ones that I've been using are the Pineapple Pick Me Up and the All I've Ever Wanted. This one's moisturizing, this one's exfoliating. I only use this once a week now. The other thing I've been doing is, I'll show you a product I've been using to exfoliate my skin later, but this is a really good face mask if you're not allergic to pineapple. What I do with this one is I leave it on overnight most of the time, even though it only says 5 to 10 minutes, but I still get really dry skin, and part of that I think is because I wear so much makeup. Let's be real. The only thing about these is that they're not the cheapest, but at the same time, they go a long way, and I think they really work. It's cruelty-free. I'm pretty sure almost all of their products are vegan. And then another kind of face mask I'll use, I started using this a long time ago, and that's the Burt's Bees Intense Hydration one. It's a treatment mask with clary sage. This is a good alternative to the Posh one if you don't want to buy from Posh and don't want to wait for shipping, and this also has more ounces. This is 4 ounces. But this is also pricey. Anything by Burt's Bees is pricey. Other things that I recommend by them, though, are their face wipes. I have been buying Yes to Grapefruit's face wipes lately, but I do like their face wipes as well. But this is a good intense hydration moisture mask. I don't like to wear it overnight, though, because this one will make me sweat like a motherfucker. So I will only wear this for the 5 to 10 minutes that it recommends. And then as for, like, other products that I use to moisturize my skin, I have this First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream, Intense Hydration one. I got this when I was on Accutane. I don't use this as much anymore because I mainly use the Posh moisturizer or my Yes to Cucumbers or Yes to Tomato face moisturizers, but this one is really, 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 really good, especially if you have dry ass skin like as if you are on Accutane. And this literally saved my skin when I was on Accutane, because the thing with Accutane is, like I said, it dries your skin until there's like nothing left. Like all of your skin's dried. Like it even dried my scalp. I couldn't wash my hair for a week when I was on that shit because otherwise my hair would get so fucking dry. I also use the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. I'll use this as a moisturizer, or I'll use it before I go to bed sort of thing if I'm not doing a face mask. My 911 moisturizer by Posh. Like I said, other good ones are the Yes to Cucumbers and Yes to Tomatoes ones, but this is the one I'm currently using. And yeah, that's it for products. So I'm going to show you a thing that I use when I wash my face, because I wash my face in the morning and I wash my face at night. And also, I usually will use a face wipe if I have excessive amounts of makeup on, like I do today. Like I'll use either the Yes to Grapefruit ones, or I'll use the Burt's Bees ones, wipe that all off, and then wash my face. But the other thing I do is I have one of these. This is the Vanity Planet facial brush. This is just a standard brush on top. It also comes with an exfoliator brush, a body brush, and like a foot brush, like stone one. I don't know, but you can get this, or you can get like the Clarisonic. You can get like anything like this. Personally, I like the Vanity Planet one. All you gotta do is you wet the brush, you wet your face, you put your face wash. You can either dab it around your skin or put it directly on the brush, and then you rub it in as you're going around, and it works wonders. Like the exfoliator brush especially helps clear out my skin and helps with my blackheads especially, and keeps my skin acne free. So those are the products I use, and that's mainly my routine. Is I just wash my face twice a day now, and I use that brush. Another important thing is don't pick at your acne. Don't like touch your face, especially with oily hands, because unless you have just washed your hands, don't touch your face. Do not pick at the acne. Like, don't pop it. Don't pop your blackheads. Try to do a blackhead treatment. Like, you can get one of those peeling masks. Those really work. And yeah, that's what my experience is I went on many medications until one finally worked, and then I basically became a moisturizer whore, and I wash my face consistently, especially a deep cleanse, and I don't touch my face, like, ever. Also because I usually have makeup on it, and why would I want to fuck up my makeup? Another thing is, do wash your makeup brushes consistently. Wash your sponges more than you wash your brushes, because your sponges will harbor bacteria more. Those are just my experiences. Everyone else that I know that's had acne, once they have found something that works, they'll tell you the same exact things I just told you, is wash your face, don't touch it. You can drink a lot of water, that helps. I don't drink a lot of water, and I don't eat healthy, so I'm not going to tell you to do that, because that doesn't work for everyone, because I've tried that. But also, some sun exposure will help kill off your acne. Not a lot of sun exposure. Bad times when it's more than a direct hour of sun exposure, even on people who aren't on medication or fair skin, because it will start causing sun damage. I don't know what else to say, because that's all I have, like, for personal experiences, and like how I take care of my face and how I have an acne-free face now is I cheated and started with medications eventually. So thank you so much for watching. Peace out.